for you. All anybody can talk about is the price of eggs. Heather, Anthony, and I were just, and Big Jimmy, who's over here, talking about how much did you pay for eggs? Chime in. I'm not going to be able to hear you, but just talk to the television and tell us. I found them $5.49 at Publix, but we're talking about upwards of $11 around the area, depending on if you get those fancy eggs. Here's another beautiful look at our River City. A few high, thin clouds wisping on through. There's a little light rain. We actually got a trace of rain, which is just feeding the grass. That's going to help those hens out that we're all going to ultimately have to get. A little free-range hen for the Homeowners Association. They're going to love that. But hey, you're making money with the eggs. We need a little more rain. We're in that drought just to kind of keep the grass fed, the flowers blooming, because they are a thin green film on the hood of my car. And I know if you've got the black vehicle, you can really see it. So right now the pollen is out. If you're wondering why you got the scratchy throat, the runny nose, the pollen levels, especially when you get these temperatures like this, have shot up. Feeding the flowers, making for beautiful blooms out there, an early spring at this moment, but we're having that fake kind of spring as we will get some cooler temperatures, kind of flip-flopping by. Need to wake up the sensor in Waycross, but I'll tell you right now, temperatures right there in the upper 60s, around 70 degrees, matching what we got in Valdosta. Still 73 degrees at NAS Jackson, 70 at Mayport. Setting up for a mild morning, and what we've got is a stalled front. So the warm air more or less winning out this battle right now, and it's become a focal point for some of those showers that we saw in southeast Georgia. Light rain on radar right now. Zooming out to kind of the wider southeastern view is an area of low pressure digging into Texas out of Mexico, little clipper system that's sucking in some cold air from the nation's midsection. So we're getting some ice and some sleet in Dallas, the Metroplex, into Oklahoma, Arkansas. Some of that rain will make its way across into the southeast and into the deep south for us. But we're talking into the work week before we see the next best chance. So even on the close-up look of Futurecast, not much doing for rain. So tomorrow we're going to do the 80s again. Not quite as hot. I mean, we'll call it downright hot today, as we did get up to 87 degrees, near 90 out there. We'll have some fog in the morning when we wake up around 62 degrees. Sunrise is at 7:17. But once we get the sun up about 8, 9 o'clock and things start warming up, the fog will mix out, and that'll give way to more sun. Getting out to the beach, 76, pleasant on the sand. 1 foot surf at 8-second periods, and we've got a low tide, so plenty of sand to do that beach walk at 10:20 in the morning. Seas 2 to 4 if you're going to do it offshore. So getting our 7-day forecast, here we go through the midweek and into even the end of the work week. By Thursday, we're still sticking around in the low 80s. That's when things transition. By Friday, we've got our next best chance of a shower. That system that's getting geared up in Texas will ultimately win the day in our stalled out kind of battle of warm and cold. So we'll have a kind of dreary sort of rainy day. This could help catch us up just a bit because we certainly need it into a weekend where things do have a little bit cooler conditions in the morning as we run a marathon. 26.2 with Don out at the beaches.